Welcome to Newswatch. It's Thursday, October 25th. I'm Julia Stark.
And I'm Josh Braun. Moving into our sports section, I take a look into how one of Asbury's finest soccer players found himself on campus. Trent Popp scores a lot of goals. He scored 50 goals in his career. That's an Asbury men's soccer record. Trent has been at Asbury for 5 years, redshirting his freshman year. If it had been up to him, though, Trent wouldn't have come to Asbury at all.
Coming out of high school, I was recruited to a few different schools, bigger than Asbury and maybe a little better soccer-wise. And my plan was to go to the best soccer school I could. I went into a tackle and tore my ACL, my MCL, and my lateral tendon in my right knee.
But Asbury had made a promise to Trent before he was injured, a promise they intended to keep.
Most schools after that happened kind of stopped talking to me and weren't as interested, but Asbury kept their deal and they were willing to have me come and sit out a year and still give me scholarships.
Although it was not the same as going to a Division I school, one of the things that Trent noticed about Asbury was the incredible fan support.
We have very dedicated fans. They're always out here supporting us, raining, snowing, anything.
Trent now looks forward to the future, but he's enjoyed the time he's spent with the team.
All the people I've had a chance to play with and just getting to know a lot of different guys has been the best thing for me. It's going to be different not being out there, just being with the guys every day.
And it's going to be different for Asbury soccer without the name Trent Popp on the roster. With Newswatch Sports, this is Josh Braun. I guess I should thank myself for that awesome package. Nice work, Josh. You really killed it. This week is off to a good start for both the men's and the women's basketball teams. Lady Eagles cruised to victory 103-78 against Midway on Monday night. Trinia Barbie scored 43 points alone, the most points ever for any Asbury women's player. That also leads the NAIA this year, Division I or Division II. Fun little fact for you. The men's basketball team, as Coach Schaus mentioned in my package, got their start off very well against Cincinnati Claremont. They started off with a 28-2 run, and they held on to win 72-62, despite letting the Cougars back into the game late. At the beginning of the game, as mentioned before, Adam Delph was presented with the 1,000-point bowl, becoming the 15th player in Asbury history to reach 1,000 points. Delph also led the team with 18 points and added 10 rebounds and 7 assists. Kaylee Valentine was given NAIA Swimmer of the Month honors for the month of November. She's won 5 individual events that she competed in the past month, and that is the first announced Swimmer of the Month award. Hopefully Asbury can lock up a few more on the way. That's it for sports. Back to the desk with you guys.
Thanks, Josh. Let's now go to Josh, who has our weekly sports update. Josh?
Thanks, Julia. The men's golf team had a great time this Friday, placing first out of 7 teams in the Berea Fall Invite with a team score of 294. However, this week they faced a tougher test in the St. Catharines Fall Invite, placing 9th out of 11 with a team score of 657, which is about what I shoot on an entire round of golf myself. And that was only 5 strokes behind Georgetown and St. Catharines, who tied for 6th. The men's soccer team is back to their winning ways after 2 consecutive wins at home. The men hadn't won a home game since August 31st, but overcame an early deficit against Cumberland's University this past Friday to beat them 4-1. They took the momentum from the win against Cumberland's into this Tuesday's clash against Cincinnati Christian, cruising to a 6-1 victory, with CCU getting a late goal to win the shutout. I also had a goal during that game, which is pretty exciting news. The team's record is currently 7-6-1 and 1-1-1 in the KIAC. The Eagles have another game tonight at 7 p.m. at Berea College. That wraps up this week's sports updates. Back to you, Julia and Caitlin.
Thanks, Josh.
While for sports, women's basketball kicks off their season at 7 p.m. against Mid-Continent University, and men's soccer takes on Hiawassee College as their homecoming game on Saturday. Continuing the homecoming weekend tradition, the homecoming king and queen will be crowned by Dr. Gray herself at halftime. A Wilmore veteran gave back to the community on Tuesday by opening a new business. Former Army Captain Kimberly Bernard hosted an open house for her law office. At the event, she discussed how Entrepreneurship Boot Camp for veterans with disabilities helped her launch the business. The program trains post-September 11th veterans in entrepreneurship and small business management. Bernard, an Asbury alumnus, had 1 month of online training and attended 8 days of military training at Syracuse University. Bernard said the training was mostly mental and that it allowed her to network with a variety of people. Before joining the Army in 2005, she received her law degree from University of Kentucky and her master's degree in international law from University of Aberdeen. Bernard was the first person in her class to start a business. Bernard said she wants to see businesses be successful. Following the open house, there was a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Executive Director of the Jessamine Chamber of Commerce, Amy Cloud, shared her feelings about Bernard and her new business. Bernard expressed her contentment with the support, and Mayor Harold Rainwater concluded the event.
1, 2, 3. Yay!